Good morning. This is Renee Campbell's Radio, and this morning we have another serious topic. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Let's just go to the news. I want to go to the news first because I know I heard some things in the news, and I don't too much like to depend upon the news because we know that they just do things out there. Their heart is not for the people. Amen. I have a question burning, and I don't want to forget it. So I just want to leave this question so we can come back to it after we finish discussing the news. The question out there is, if you worked at a job and you were tempted to do evil, would you do it? Would you do it? Okay, because I know everybody on here, or everyone on here, they are not saints. Everyone are not saints, okay? Not everybody's going to church. Not everybody's doing whatever, as long as you give me my paycheck. But okay, you don't have to go to church. You don't have to go to church, okay? But let me just dig into your heart. We're gonna measure ourselves again this morning. Let's measure ourselves. Where are we? Do we even care about others, or are we selfish? Amen. That's what the question asks. Do you care, or are you selfish? Now, there's a difference between being selfish and being fearful. Okay, a fearful person, they really can't rest. They really can't. After they are told to do something that they know is not or was not right, and absolutely no going to church. No, you don't go to church. However, something in you is saying, "Oh, I can't believe I did that to that person. I can't believe that happened." But you was forced to do it. Okay, so that's different than someone to just say, "Well, as long as you give me my paycheck." Come on, cause y'all dig deep down inside of yourself. Are you saying, "As long as I get a paycheck"? Or are you saying, "Oh, I don't want to get involved in this because I don't want to lose my job," or "Oh, I don't want to get involved in this because something might happen to me"? Fear. Okay, so what do you think about that? But now, while that question is still sizzling in the air, let's go talk about Whitney Houston first. We're going to talk about Whitney Houston. We know Whitney Houston has died. She's passed. She left. And I've been reading Yahoo. And Yahoo has a lot of stuff on it. A lot of stuff. Now, I know that I thank God for this one sister clarifying some, and there's a question that's still out there. Should Whitney Houston's mother deny Bobby Brown the privilege of coming to the funeral? And we've also learned that this was something, allegations, accusations, but they was found not to be true. She said, per Bobby Brown, this is not true. Okay, so we're going to leave Whitney Houston out of that one. But if you are a saved mother, okay, because I know you can get... Oh, I'm not going to even talk about folks that I know will do something because you cannot go to another funeral once they put it into the ground. And so I've seen people fight with funerals, with weddings. Yeah, these events that are so important, child's or children's graduation. Should we choke up all this animosity and anger and, whatever else you want to call it, greed, emotions, to allow a person that we just can't stand to participate in something that is so important? Because now understand this, these events are not just going to hurt if you're married, the other couple, or like in this situation, a mother. It's going to hurt the children. Okay, it's going to hurt the children. So if the child is graduating, he's looking out through the crowd and he's trying to see daddy, but mama can't stand him, and maybe stepdad is there and he wants that chest to be poked out, but yet that child still loves his father, and he looks out and he don't see his dad. And so that event, even though he's pushing his head up in just a graduation, that's selfish. That again is selfish. We're talking about being selfish this morning. That is selfish. That is just plumb selfish. But we don't think like that, okay? Because a lot of times, y'all, we marry folks that already have children. And if they already have children, that means there's already another person there. And that person is a part of their blood. Now, if the person has never been around and come to graduation, should they still allow them to be a part? I still say yes. Yes, yes, yes. Even though it looks bad. Now, also you have to mirror the child. Is it going to affect them? Or if the child is hating the mother or the father, then no. Okay, but if you're hating the other parent, then yes, you got to swallow that pride, because the auditorium is huge. That means you can sit on the other side, right? Okay, and so we're going to talk about being selfish this morning. Being selfish, because I did hear that this was happening in relationships. And that parents have so much control. Those parents who have so much control are those stepfathers and stepmother who entice the other parent to do wrong. They harm the children, and they really don't care. That is selfish. Whenever you have a mentality that I don't care, I just don't want to hurt. I don't want to. I'm not going through that. And then here's another question: What if? What if you're the stepmother, you're the stepfather, and your spouse keeps sleeping with the ex? I know y'all gonna say, well, just go ahead and leave them. Just leave them, but you still don't have nothing to do with the child. That's not your child. Amen. And then too, you cannot, and there are some who say you cannot keep a person out of a public place. Amen. You can't. And so that other parent, if you're told not to go to the graduation, it depends so much upon the happiness of your child, then you may have to go ahead and go and just sit on the opposite side. And if you have a drama queen or king in the family, or the other parent is drama, well, you may have to deal with that. Sit in the back and hide. I know it sounds bad because you don't want to hide. Because you have some ghetto family that'll break out fighting in the graduation. Hold it. Don't call her name yet till I beat this down. You have them. They're out there. They're out there. Amen. Amen. So now we're dealing with being selfish. And we have probably about 3 minutes left. My next question, because that's one of Houston. Again, I clear that up hopefully. And it's still hearsay that it is not true. Whitney Houston's mother did not say that Bobby could not come to the funeral. Okay? Ooh, I would hate to see that. I think her name is Sissy, ain't it? Cicely Houston? Is Sissy Houston? Yeah. And so, yeah, that wouldn't be cool, Sissy, because, Whitney's dead and it's a, public place. Let them come and sit down. They may have had their difference, but hey, didn't mean you didn't love them. I had one person make a comment. We was talking about that topic, and one person said, mothers just hate when the son comes into the household and destroy that child, and she was doing so well. We don't know what them people was doing. Sometimes it takes a man to bring out, because we get exposed when it comes to men. We get angry. Oh, whatever, God knows. When he wants to find out or bring out what's on the inside of you, he puts your worst temptation in front of you, and that will make you bawl out loud. I tell you, you begin to fight in public. Amen. And some of y'all have done it. I've been guilty years ago. I fought in the church house twice. Whoa. I was so angry. I fought in the church house. I ain't never tell y'all that testimony. They're like, yeah, I walked in the back of the church. I was frustrated and fed up with it. And everybody acting like they didn't know what they're going on. And I knew my husband was trying to creep out. He's a deacon. And I know y'all get tired sometimes to hear my testimony, but they really aid in a lot of times. I tell y'all, if y'all don't want to hear it, just step out of a moment. Just step out and close the door. Step away from the computer and go out the room, because I'm about to tell you my testimony. It was so cruel. I had been in this marriage for so long, and I was so tired, and my husband was a deacon, and so they were always running and picking up different ones, and then he had an issue with cheating. Well, he only cheated with me with one person, so he didn't cheat with everyone, but just one person. And so I knew he was trying to creep out to see the other one, the mistress. That's what we call the mistress. That was a mistress. And so this particular Sunday, he goes to the back, and we're sitting in church having church, and I'm mad anyway. And so I said, I know what he's doing. He back there on that phone. And he used to go to the back on the phone. He never sat in church, but they had him being a deacon. And they looked around and looked for someone to go pick up the old sisters. And there he goes out the door. I go pick him up. I'll pick him up. And so that was his opportunity to do what he had to do, And they knew it half the time. Half the time I felt like they were setting me up too. So I went in the back, and true enough, he was on the phone. He was in the pastor's office, and I was off in the dining area, and I crept the phone up, and I heard him talking. And boy, when he stepped around that corner, I took my fist and I swung, and whoop, we went to fighting in church, and they was having church in front, and all they heard was a brum bum brum bum bum brum bum bum. Everybody stopped church. And I was so hot, I didn't care. It was all his family anyway. I said, I ain't finna listen to you. I'm ready to go. I was angry. I was really angry. Amen. And so I asked the Lord. It was in the back. It was in the back. He said, Lord, you got to forgive me. Ooh, that was it was terrible, but it happened. It happened. It's happened. But I'll tell you, I stayed in there. I think in my marriage, out of the 2 months, I think I hit about 4 times. I hit about 4 times. I didn't hit that many times, but I hit about 4 times. But it was tragic. Amen. And so I'm going to let this one go so I can upload it. And I'm going to come back with my second question for today. We're going to leave Whitney Houston alone. So I understand how it is to be angry and get emotional, especially in the church house.